Hello, everyone. This is Andy Weston. All communication levels right now through all communication signals, all communication vibrational panels of all divisions that are connected through you. I'd like to thank everybody that's going on through its force and its recognition of its force, the reconnection of its force, and everything through the angle divisions through communication line signals. I'm doing a Zoom, okay? Right now, I'm doing live with you, but I'm going to do a Zoom at 9 o'clock. So feel free to, which is a lot of fun. One thing you have to understand is that the one thing you have within yourself is communication. How do I communicate with myself? And the only way to do that is within. Okay? Everything through its recognizing system is within. This is the heart. Okay? It resonates on so many levels of energy through frequencies and vibrations. That's how you connect with everything. Okay? So knowing what I am saying is knowing what I'm telling you. That's what the mind is. It's adaptation to all communication information through space and time. That's how I can do these videos. You know, it's a lot of fun. And it comes from the heart. So when you get up in the morning, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're always communicating. A lot of people communicate with themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's extremely powerful. People think that you're crazy. Why are you talking to yourself? Well, because it makes me relax. I feel energized. Okay, I feel sophistic. I feel the harmonizing motion systems that are connecting through water, or the Earth's gravity system that's connecting through my vibration of its mind system, or reading century systems connection through different divisional realms of dimensions of mystical systems. See, that's what I'm saying. And thinking, oh, this is all made up. No, it's not. Okay, it's not made up. It's all communication, because you're interforcing connections through energy. That's what it is. So today's topic is to understand how powerful communication is. Okay? So you'll get a better understanding when you go through Zoom, which is going to be at 9 o'clock. Okay? It's open frequency. So hopefully I'll hope to see you there. Anybody can resonate on my channel, which is great. It's a lot of fun. And I'm doing Zoom all the time. I do Zoom for a purpose so we can communicate with each other. Okay? Because humanity doesn't know how to communicate with each other. Okay? That's the problem we're having, is we're losing communications with ourselves. And you only do that through its communication within. Okay? And you're not just communicating with your voice. You're communicating with your eyes, you're communicating with your ears, and you're communicating with the brain. Plus, you're communicating with the mind. The mind is the hardest thing to communicate with, because you know you have a brain. You know how to use the brain. Now's the time to communicate with the mind system, because it has so many energetic patterns of divisions. It's got so many patterns of electrical systems, because it high rises in so many realms of the portals and activations and codes. Right? Communication is everything. And when you get full balance with your communication levels within, you're going to be able to understand what your heart is saying. You're going to be able to understand your soul's definition, because you want to follow that path. That's what brings you to its awareness and its consciousness. Okay, we've been down this road before. What is conscious levels? Conscious levels are dimensions. It's vibrations. And everything's connected through harmonics, because everything's a listening skill. So try to channel your divisions and try to understand your listening skills within your communication. That's how you communicate through space and time. Okay? So as you can see, it's a grainy sand again. And again, it's on a red cycle. My hair is gold. See how it changes perceptions, how it changes colorations. Now, as you can see, that's my energy field. It's blue. Okay, it's a little bit of a dark blue. It's like an aqua. It's a glowing blue, and then you have a light blue. Okay, see how they're two different? Right? That's understanding you communicate with two different colorations, dark blue and the light blue, the aqua. Okay, or the royal. I think that's a royal blue. So as I'm communicating with this, that's the communication when it comes to the golden cycles of the gods of its moon, because everything is behavioral. Okay, and this is setting your division. knowing you're taking your time to reflect on what's going on with your proactive systems, your human behaviors. This dimensional earth is a behavioral system. That's where everybody has to understand its time, understand its reflection, understand everything through its communication, because it's never been done before. People have lost communications with themselves. That's the problem. That's the problem with humanity. And this is done on purpose. Okay, but don't think it as a purpose. Think of it as a big, humongous, massive change. And when you correct all your divisions and your activation cycles and your light activations and your perceptions, your anomaly situation, you change everything through the galaxy system. Okay, so you're going to find how to formulate and how to put everything in sequence, because everything's in chronological order. So if I say anomaly, okay, I'm going to say galaxy, because they're connected. If I say atom, I'm going to say line communication, because they're connected. Now, if I say mind adaptation, I'm going to say frequency lulls, because it's connected. So everything through its connection is you through its balance. Very, very powerful stuff. So there's a lot of people that get in the fourth density of the fifth dimension, but they're not understanding their communications. They say, okay, Andrew, I need to be healed. I said, sure, no problem. Right? So a lot of people are understanding themselves a lot more, which is great, because now they're communicating not just within, but they're getting to know themselves within, full and complete. Just imagine what it'd be like just to know your body, what it is, what it represents, where it comes from, what it's made of. What is an antimatter particle? Creative light. What is that? Okay. What is the existence of the astral planes? What's the element of earth? What's the element of air? Okay. What's the elixir? What's the sacred flame? Now you probably think it's all hocus pocus, but that's communication through code frequencies when it comes to the gods, because everything connects through that. Everything in space and time is communication through energy of intelligence. You are intelligent. So if you're intelligent, you know you have intelligence through the mind system, because everything connects through its alignments. Okay. If I see colorations, I'm going to see pixels. See how it connects? Right? So if I say hair, I say follicle. Everything connects, has to connect, because it makes sense. And if the communications are making sense, then you're getting into your upgrade systems. But if you're not understanding the information, my PayPal will help you out. It will guide you where you need to go. And I've been extremely successful with that, especially when they're going through their healing. I say, thank you, Andrew. This is amazing. I feel fantastic. And it's very important that you guys go through my upgrades, because there's a lot of things that you don't understand, because you're going up to higher interforce connections with galactic systems through the energy core. So you're connecting through all intelligence of alien implantation formation systems of intelligence. And it's extremely powerful stuff. They're there to help you, but you got to be at their balance. You have to get friendship first. It's like, hey, how's it going? Not too bad. How are you? You know? But you're communicating through codes in space and time. That's how everything connects. It's fascinating when you get into vortex division. Even understand your accelerator. What is an accelerator? What does it do? Okay. What is an operation? What's a program? You're always going to have questions. But that's the most beautiful thing. I'm here to help you and guide you. I've done it more than enough videos. More than enough videos to help you out. Right? So when you understand my upgrades, okay, even a little taste, when you watch my video, you're going to understand it a lot more. I said, oh, okay. So everything through a video is research. Everything I give you is communication through colorations, markers, whiteboard graphing systems, how everything connects through box frequency systems of dimensions, portals, line activation, communications, singularity line systems, shapes, letters, and numbers, DNA structures, structure divisions, the analytical graphing mind, the GPS location system, string theory, Okay? All these connect through communication. Okay? So you know you have to communicate with yourself every day. You can't survive without it. You just can't. Depending on how much you communicate with yourself. Now, if you keep yourself quiet, you're still communicating because the mind is listening. Your ears are listening. Your eyes are listening. Your voice is listening. But you got to pay attention on what you're listening to. Okay? So if you want to communicate with the wall graphing system right here, see that line communication? Understand where you are through division. See that line? That line right there? Two wall graphing systems, one there and one there. It's two, right? Different colorations of different dimensions through a portal of an activation when it comes to the matrix grids. So the line communication is pixel graining, okay? And it's activating. It's going like this. Okay, you gotta understand communication. That's what it is. So once you communicate with your body activation, now you can change the location center through the pixels. Okay, that's how I'm able to change the white graphing system of the computer graphing system to blue. You've seen videos with that when I put my hand out, and right away it changes. See? See how white that is? Very powerful stuff. That's high, high energy, okay? That's your antimatter particle system, okay? So if you're able to see pixels, if you're able to see the white grain sands, okay, there's star energy lights. So if you look like in your hand, and you kind of look like into the light, everything has to be reflecting on light. You have that light, that's how you communicate, right? But you also communicate in the dark, but that's a whole different story. We'll get into that later where we talk about communications, how you take the higher self out and you communicate through light activation. But basically, if you can go like this and see the glowing mechanisms of white, it's like white grainy sand, okay? That's your antimatter particle. I say, whoa, I can see that. I said, that's amazing. I said, this is incredible. I actually see it. Right? If you can see it, then your perceptions are high rising through your divisions. Right? I've been on almost 20 minutes, and you know this is a breeze for me. Right? Because everything is controlled through communication. Okay. So, like I said, 9 o'clock. I'm going to be Zoom right away. I just thought I'd try it out. You know, everything trying out new is great. Giving a new rhythm, new music. That's another thing too. When you guys go through your upgrade, it's very important that you resonate through a certain level of music, because a lot of people are channeling visions of light and dark. People are coming to me now because, okay, Andrew, is this okay to communicate with this music? I said no. Why? Because it doesn't rate with your vibration. So you got to understand when you're going through higher frequencies of your higher self, and you want to communicate through your pyramid, it's channeling and it's meditation, but it's voicing your grids. So it could be the long location through a different vibration around panel division, which means that I will have to give you something that cleanses your body system. So you can listen to that knowing it isn't dark, but it's all light. Okay? That's how you get your balanced frequencies. Because there are music tones on YouTube. Okay? I saw one on YouTube was pretty interesting, which is extremely bad, but it was the God frequency music tone. That's a vibrational panel to get your code frequency to the God frequency. I said, that's not possible. There's no way you can get a frequency tone like that. YouTube should know better than that, knowing that they can't do that. There's no way. You can't go up to a God frequency because that will overload the divine system. It's extremely high energy. You have to understand how to use communications to go up down through your scanning systems, especially if you want to communicate with different dimensions. That's the most important, is get your balance with your frequencies. And then you can connect through the voice and grids of its alignments. Okay, because everything through your pixels under the resolution of the computer system is a different code, is different coloration through their psychic divisions. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about psychic, I wanted to get in a little bit more. That's understanding transmission lights and where it is through its coloration. So basically, if you're trying to connect through a wall graphing system, right here or here, in the back there, or even here with the curtain or the window, okay, your transformations has to go into its coloration, and it rotates in circles. Okay, that's what it is. It's circles. And then basically what happens, it sends out its information system to the coloration patterns of psychop divisions. That's what psychop means. It's for short for psychometry. It's energy that goes into you, right? So everything's in point form through division when it comes to vocabulary systems. Because that's the most important thing is communication through your human vibration. Because it locates in so many levels of balance, right? So if you want to communicate with the atmosphere, you have to understand your transformation lights has to be the same color of its atmosphere. And how do you do that? You do that with your thoughts. Okay? If you have a cloud interference that's gray and you want to change it through your perceptions, okay, you have to understand the alignments. You have to understand the picture frames. What kind of picture is it? It could be anything. Pictures in clouds, the perceptions can be anything through its visualization. And then it becomes real, and then you activate it, and it illuminates, and high rises into its division. Now you have partnership with that coloration of its cloud interference. So there's a lot to learn, you know? There's a lot to learn when it comes to communication of its mind setting systems. Because it sets all divisions in all levels, which is extremely powerful stuff. And it allows you to see more of what you need to know through communication. Oh, look at that, 7 minutes. It's very hard for people to communicate. You have to be open with yourself. And the only way you can open that is to understand your full, complete body of enlightenment, your embodiment. Okay? Your light has to be your highest at its balance. And then it doesn't stop there. It just keeps high rising more and more and more and more. It's like, give me more, give me more, give me more. I want more information. I want more activation. I want more energy. Right? That's what you want. That's communication with everything. And it's extremely high rise and glowing earlier today. And you saw the portal. I put my whole arm in there and you couldn't see it. Right? And the more you close when your cycles, if you put your hand to formation, and if I go closer like this, if I do that, okay, now, basically, I'm communicating with that through my pixels, through my heart, through my mind, and through my soul, through its perception and what I see through its coloration. Okay, because it's wind factoring right back at me now. That's what it is. Okay. Now it's materialistic because it's a curtain, right? But again, I'm not just communicating with the curtain. I'm communicating with the windowsill. I'm communicating with the bed. I'm communicating with the wall graphing system, the door, a bottle of pop, bottle of water, you know, a suitcase, a jacket, the wall graphing systems in the front and the sides, the chair, the desk, the phone, you know, anything related through food. That's the understanding and simultaneously goes around through cycles. And that's how you connect through all colorations through vibration systems. But you got to get your balance and understand everything through its activation, through its lights, or you're never going to connect to anything through realms of its division. So if you're having trouble, you can either go to my Zoom, ask any questions. Today's that time to ask questions. Because you want to resonate on that and you want to feel good about that. And the more you communicate everything around you, the more you communicate within. And that's going to help you along the way. That's what it's going to do. Because the fifth activation code is here through its vibration system. The galactic surface is on its line communication. It's here to stay, people. And it's not going anywhere. And everything is done for a change. Okay? It's human behavior change. Through the receptacle systems, particle energies of you. It's getting connection with yourself and your inner self through its inner and outer force. So Concentrate on that. Really focus on its awareness. Be aware of what's happening. Okay? Precognition. See something before it happens. That's understanding communications of your psyche. Everybody has it. You ever wonder why things like that happen, like deja vu? You know what's happened before. How does that happen? You just feel it. You know that it's connecting to you. You see something, or something's going to happen to you, or something's going to happen to something else or someone else, and say, "Whoa, that just happened? Did I just think about that? That's weird." See, you're connecting, but you're not understanding, because you have to communicate within. That's the biggest thing everybody has to do. It's the inner knowing. It's the inner strength. It's the inner of its wisdom. Okay? And then it becomes extremely mystic. And the knowledge of the intelligence is unbelievable, because it can put you into so many different divisions, a balance of dimensions. Because a force winds its cycles through all your traveling mechanisms. So, but today's topic is communication. And I really, guys, want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, try to understand your communications with yourself more. Formulate around that. Use your wisdom thoughts. Use your wisdom of its energy. Use your wisdom of its wizardry, fascinating stuff, mystical stuff. It's all your thought patterns and what you create through space and time. Look at that, 2 minutes to go and I'm still going strong. See? I don't worry about time frequencies. The more you stop worrying about everything, the more you evolve around everything. And that's how you get abundance. But you have to understand self-humility. Okay, you have to understand the only way you can create yourself is to know everything around you that's happening within yourself. So your defaults are its power generator. Okay, so you have to know how to be defeated. Okay, not always win at things. Okay, because those are accomplishments. You're learning something from its humility. Right? It's fascinating when you understand communications with yourself within. It's the best way it can telegraph its energy of its communications through vortex divisions. It's extremely powerful stuff. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm heading over to Zoom now. Okay, so hopefully you're gonna knock. Questions or comments are great. I'll see you guys soon. This is Andrew Webb, going on all communication levels of electronic interference to all alignment systems. Calling it. Adios, everybody.